everyone, I'm Chris Erickley, and welcome to your Tuesday edition of the PE Crime Blotter. Fernando Hernandez, an 18-year-old student at Canyon Springs High School in Moreno Valley, was arrested yesterday. We understand he was detained on campus Monday afternoon after a teacher found a note that he had left in class that contained some threatening language. I'm joined now by Press Enterprises' Brian Rokos. Brian, what are the details that we know that led up to this arrest?
Well, what we heard Monday from the Sheriff's Department was that this note targeted a specific teacher, that he planned to shoot a specific teacher. Talking to the school district today, talking to the Sheriff's Department today, we're now hearing that the letter had a veiled threat, not a direct threat. It was not a threat at any particular person. We also know authorities found a rifle in his house. What we were told today is that this was a 1940s Russian rifle. It didn't belong to him, it belonged to a family member. Hernandez is in custody, and the Moreno Valley Unified School District certainly is going to look at disciplining Hernandez.
Now, no mention of a lockdown. There was no lockdown on campus yesterday. Parents were not notified. We actually went to the school district today, spoke with Ken Schmidt, the Director of Student Services. He explained for us why there was no lockdown on campus yesterday when Mr. Hernandez was taken into custody.
Because there wasn't a sense of an immediate threat. The student was found immediately. He was very open about the situation and the issues. The police were immediately involved. There was nobody else involved. So there wasn't a need for locking down the school. It wasn't like a student was wandering around campus making threats. There was no verbal threats ever made. They did go to the house, as they do with what we call the gun protocol.
I read that.
If there's a threat of even in a veiled threat, if there's any indication at all of wanting to shoot somebody or wanting somebody to die, generally the police are going to go to the home and make sure that there aren't weapons and those kinds of things.
Now, Brian, you were actually out at Canyon Springs High School earlier this morning. You spoke with some students about their reaction to not being notified about this. What were they having to say?
Well, all of them I spoke with, maybe about 6 students in all, they said that they were surprised that there was no lockdown, surprised that there was no announcement. In Moreno Valley at 2 elementary schools on Monday, there was police activity in the area, and those schools were placed on lockdown. But as Ken Schmidt said, they felt like there was no imminent threat, that Hernandez had been taken into custody as soon as the note was found. He did put his name on the note, apparently.
And what type of charges is Hernandez looking at now?
He's suspected of terrorist threats. Those are the current charges. Things like that are always subject to change. But right now it's terrorist threats, and certainly facing serious discipline at the school.
All right, Brian, thanks for joining us. That does it for your Tuesday edition of the PE Crime Blotter. Be sure to stay tuned right here on PE.com for the latest on this story.